Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Joe Ripley. It's been a violent week, of course, for law enforcement here in Metro Atlanta. A shooting involving officers at an allegedly armed suspect in Gwinnett County yesterday marked the fifth one this week. And as 11 Alive's Teresa Bowles found out, these deaths are likely taking a toll on the men and women in blue.
All right, Joe, I spoke with two former officers who described this week as tragic and traumatic. This afternoon, they gave me a look behind the police tape to understand how these events leading up to and after these shootings affect their departments. When you swear in to work in law enforcement, your day can take a turn in the blink of an eye.
When they put on their uniform, they want to come home safely.
Spalding County Deputy Brandon Cunningham and Carroll County Deputy Taylor Bristow didn't make it home this week, changing their departments forever.
Officers have a very difficult job, and it gets increasingly worse. Mental health is on the rise.
Such as in the case of 17-year-old Braden Hemphill in Gwinnett County Friday. The GBI confirms Hemphill was in crisis, and while the department's behavioral health unit steps in, Hemphill is accused of charging at officers with a knife, ultimately leading to his shooting death. The investigation ensues, then comes the public scrutiny.
It does impact everyone. We hear those things. It's very damaging to the morale.
Mike Pugliese is a former law enforcement officer who now represents other men and women in blue. He says on top of the judgment, the police are put under the microscope by investigating agencies.
Is it stressful? Absolutely it is. You're recalling every detail of something that happened in a split second.
Sometimes while the department is still grieving. Terry Norris with the Georgia Sheriff's Association says at times agencies may not be able to handle it alone.
Sheriffs will send deputies to handle the calls in that particular county up until everybody can get back to work, because it is a very traumatic experience.
This week it kept happening in Carroll County. A suspect fires a gun at deputies Thursday during a traffic stop. Then Saturday morning, Newton County deputies shoot and kill a man who the GBI says pointed a handgun at them. However, Norris says even with danger at every turn,
when this happens to anybody in law enforcement, everybody comes together.
Deputy Cunningham was laid to rest Friday, and no word on final arrangements for Deputy Bristow at this time.
All right, Teresa, thank you. All of these cases are under investigation right now by the GBI. We do have a summary of the recent shootings involving officers and armed suspects. To catch up, just head to 11alive.com.